All
Hey,
right, Greg, we
everybody.
are live.
Here we are live. It's Greg Harrelson here and Abe Safa, of course. And we are, here once again to share with you information around the Real Geeks platform and kind of what we're doing internally with our agents, as well as being agents ourselves, what we're doing internally to grow our business. So, Abe, I appreciate you, joining me once again.
Absolutely, Greg.
Yeah. So, increasing your contact to appointment ratio. I think, Abe, one of the things that I wanted to share with the group is as agents, we need to be completely clear as to what our intention of making a contact is. I think you and I talked about that, Abe, is we agents sometimes they have this intention and goal. Okay, I'm going to make some contacts today. And if the goal is to make some contacts, you're probably going to do that. If the intention was, I got to make some contacts because I just got to do it, then you'll probably be successful at that. But just because you're successful at making contacts doesn't always translate to be you're going to be successful at setting appointments. There's not an immediate or an automatic translation of that. What I mean by that, like if your intention is to set an appointment versus make a contact, then if your intention is to set an appointment, you're likely to ask questions or offer things that result in a potential appointment. But if your intention is just to make a contact, then you won't ask those things. Now, most of you, when you hear that, you're probably thinking, well, gosh, everybody wants to get an appointment. Yeah, but that's not necessarily the intention that you set before you started making those contacts. Usually people are saying, I just need to make contacts, but I want everyone to start thinking appointments, Abe. Any thoughts on that? Because I know we kind of talked about that, even I think on the listing side, we were talking about that in the last week or so.
Yeah, I mean, when your intentions are focused on the appointments, your whole demeanor changes. The questions you ask are going to change. The opportunities that you're going to see are going to be different than if you're just making contacts. So you're going to hear different things from people, right? It's like the old blue car rule, right? If you're looking for a blue car, you're going to see them all over the place. If you're not going to see any, right? Yeah. So I think it makes a big difference. And we've done this many times with agents where we actually had them focus on contacts, then we had them focus on appointments. And the ones that have their focus on appointments outperform the others every single time.
Yeah. Yeah. And every single time it's amazing. So today I want to talk about setting the appointment and I can kind of share with you the formula, a process of it's, in the intention that you set. So you set the intention of I'm making this contact to set an appointment. Now, once that's your intention, your intention will kind of dictate your process, the flow of the call, the formula, the blueprint for the call, the script, dialogue that you use. Okay. But just remember, I wanted to just throw this out there because I put it on my note. Contacts lead to appointments. Appointments lead to contracts written. Contracts written leads to closings. Closings create commission checks. It's kind of like a domino. Contact is the first domino. Appointment is the second domino. Written contracts is the next domino. In a close and getting a commission check is the fourth domino, third and fourth domino. So all of these dominoes are important throughout the process, but it's important that we go ahead and set up the flow. So I'll kind of take it on. One of the things, Abe, that I've that's come about over the last couple of years, probably more so in the last year, that I think a lot of agents are resisting, but I think they don't understand. And that is, we've always been taught to pre-qualify the buyer before we set appointments and go work with them. And I do believe in pre-qualifying the buyer. I do believe we shouldn't be wasting our time with buyers that cannot buy. They got to be willing and able. not just willing. They got to be able. But I believe that we need to reverse the order that we do it in. And when we say this to agents, a lot of agents immediately react with, I'm not going to go show property that I don't know are qualified. Well, I didn't mean set the appointment, go on the appointment, never qualify them until after you go on the appointment. What we mean is set the appointment first, then you can qualify them, versus qualify them first, then you set the appointment. Any thoughts on that, Abe?
Yeah, absolutely. I love you pretty much what you're doing is you reversing the process. Okay, instead of pre-qualifying, then setting the appointment, you want to set the appointment and then pre-qualify. I love that because this is the first time I see it in our industry where we're actually becoming consumer centric.
Yes.
It's all about the consumer. Look, the consumer has the information. Okay, they're calling agents because they want to go look at a home, and agents are sitting there taking them through a series of questions from their consumer's perspective, from their point of view. It's like, okay, why am I having to answer all these questions when I just want to see a home? Like it seems like the agent is interviewing the consumer and whether they want to show them a home or not. And I like this, just reversing this whole thing and have the focus be on the consumer. Hey, we're here. You're calling me. I'm ready to show you a property. Let's go. And you're going to see, you're going to get a lot more appointments that way, right? As opposed to
you're going to double. You're going to double your appointments. And I like that. You know, I really like what you just said there. And I think that's really key to all this. And I didn't think of the term consumer centric, but it's exactly what we're doing. And it's what the consumers, and we're forced to do it. We have no choice. We have, the days of the buyers jumping through our hoops are over. If you've got buyers that you still have these buyers are going to have to jump through my hoops before I put them in my car mentality, then it's fine. I'm not going to judge you, but you're going to be doing a lot less business, because now the agent thinks that they're calling you to have you jump. I mean, the buyer thinks they're calling you to have the agent jump through the hoops. So like before, when they didn't have all the information, they were like, okay, I got to go jump through the hoops of these agents. Now that they have all the information, that's flipped in their mindset. You're the one jumping through the hoops. Now, I don't want to have to jump through their hoops either. And but what we do know is this: the way that we can set more appointments is by understanding why they're calling, give them what they want first, and then ask for what we want second on the same phone call. So we're going to actually, instead of before, buyer call comes in, we were an information gatherer. Oh, okay. Yes, I can look up that information. I'm just kind of curious. That's a 3-bedroom. Are you looking for 3 bedrooms, or how big is your, how many bedrooms do you need? We're gathering information. Oh, okay, good. And how long have you been looking? Where are you moving from? When are you hoping to purchase? Have you talked to a lender? See, we went into information gathering mode first because we held the information. And then if they were, in our minds, a good quality buyer, then we would give them something, which is give them an opportunity to look at the property. What I mean by reverse is we need to be the giver before we're the gatherer. So you call and I say, hey, that's fantastic. Yes, I can look that property up. I'm just kind of curious. Are you interested in taking a look at that this afternoon, or would maybe sometime tomorrow be better? See, like as soon as I call them, or I get them on the phone, I'm immediately asking, hey, I'm just kind of curious. Oh, yes, I can get all that information. Great property, by the way, a great area. Are you interested in taking a look at that later on this afternoon, or maybe sometime tomorrow after 11? You're giving them access to the property in the first 1 or 2 sentences of talking to them.
And you're giving them access to yourself too. You're making them feel like they're important. Yes, I'm here to help you, as opposed to, well, look, let's kind of go through these pre-qualifying questions first. You're immediately saying, okay, I'm here to help you. And now before you guys bail and say, well, I'm not going to be an Uber driver and just drive people around, just keep listening. All right, we're gonna fix that.
Yes, because I mean, listen, if there's anybody that doesn't want to waste their time, it's going to be me and Abe. So we're never going to coach anything that's going to cost you time and make you less efficient or effective. So the idea though is we've got to flip the script, be a giver before a gatherer. Give them access to you, as Abe said, give them access to the property. Let them know that you're going to give them what they want. Now, what they're going to say is either yes or no, but what you've done is you've shown your willingness to give them access. The other agents that they're calling are making them jump through hoops. So just right now, you're going to be more appealing to be an agent they want to work with. They're going to want to work with you just because it's going to feel much better the way that you've approached this. Now, once they say, oh yeah, I'd love to take a look at that property. I can't do it this afternoon, but maybe tomorrow. Okay, well, good. Would 2 o'clock work or maybe 3:30 be better? Which is better for you? They say, well, 2 o'clock would be great. Okay, good. I'm going to get in communication with the owner to verify and confirm the time of 2 o'clock. I'll give you a call back and let you know whether or not that time works for the seller. I am kind of curious though, how did you pick this area? I know this is over in Carolina Forest. Are you looking in Carolina Forest? How long have you been looking? This is 3 bedrooms. How many bedrooms do you need? This has a 1-car garage. Are you okay with a 1-car or do you prefer 2? This has a pool. Did you want a pool? How long have you been looking? Why are you, when are you moving down? When are you going to be purchasing? What lender have you talked with? Who are you talking to? Are you paying cash? Are you getting financing? See, you can gather after you've given. I've given them an opportunity to act for access. I've given them a time that we're going to meet. And now that I've given them and fulfilled everything that they were that they were looking to accomplish when they called, now I can start asking them the questions.
Yeah,
so, Abe,
go ahead. I was going to say, what you're going to find out is you're going to set a lot more appointments. And then number 2, what you're going to find out is they're going to be a lot more open with you.
Yes.
So a lot of these questions, they're going to give you answers to everything at that point because you've given first. Yeah. So you've given them your time, your attention. You're going to find that they're going to reciprocate back to you.
Yeah. Now, if the buyer said to you, Abe, after you've given them access, you've penciled them in at 2 o'clock because you still got to call the other agent. Notice how I said we're going to we're going to connect with the seller to confirm the appointment. I don't want to say we're going to call the listing agent because then they can just hang up and call the listing agent direct. So the words that I'm using is to make sure that they feel like I'm the direct resource and I'm not an indirect resource. I don't want them to have that feeling and then go behind me. Okay. That's why I said that term. So, but let's just say that I'm gathering some information, Abe, and the buyer said to you, well, I don't know. I can't pay cash. I need financing, but my credit's still, I'm working on my credit and it's still only 500 credit score right now. So if you find that information after you were starting to gather information, you've kind of tentatively set an appointment. How do you get out of that? Because that's what a lot of agents are asking is like, well, I don't want to go on these unqualified appointments. So what would you do then, Abe?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, that's a good opportunity to let them know that that they need to connect with a lender. Right. Yeah. And let them know that, look, when we go look at this property and you actually like it and we go to make an offer, that the seller's going to want to see a pre-qualification letter. So why don't we go ahead and get that out of the way right now? And let's get our ducks in a row. So this way, when you see a property that you like, we can pull a trigger fairly quickly.
Absolutely. There you go. And so then what you do is just say, okay, well, so what I'll do is I'll have our preferred lender give you a call. Mm-hmm. And why don't you do this? I'll see if I can reach out to them and get them to call you now and have that conversation, see if they can get you pre-qualified so we can get that, so we'll know. And then at that point, once I hear from them, I'll confirm the appointment with the owners. That sound good? So now what I said is I've gathered this information. I'm starting to regret that I set the appointment. So the way that I can bail out of this scenario is let them know, hey, in this particular scenario, this owner requires, the buyers has requested that we bring, people that have already talked to lenders over. So I'll have the lender reach out to you just to make sure that, everything kind of checks out and everything will work out. And then once I hear back from you or the lender, I'll go ahead and confirm with the seller. Does that sound good? Oh no, I don't want to talk about the to a lender. I just want to see the property. Can't you just show me the property? Look, you're okay with not showing them a property if they cannot buy the property. That's what's critical. This is why most people won't set the appointment first, because they're afraid they're going to have to go on an unqualified appointment. No, you set the appointment first, you qualify them, and then if you need to cancel it on the same phone call, you cancel it. But what will happen is you're going to set so many more appointments. Now I'm skipping through a few processes. So because I wanted to focus on setting more appointments. So technically the strategy that we're using, there's an acronym called ALM, which is appointment, listings, and motivation. Appointment means you set the appointment as soon as you in the first two sentences. Then you ask them, hey, I'm just kind of curious. I know you called about this one and I'm working on confirming a time for us to meet at that property. Were there any other listings that you were looking at that you would like to see about taking a look at while we're out? Is there any other listings you'd like me to set up? By the way, I do know there's another one in the community. I'll go ahead and set that one up if you prefer. Would you like that? So you're offering additional listings, or you're asking them, are there any other listings? Because you don't want to hang up the phone and then they call the next agent to set up a showing on the next listing. You want to monopolize all those listings and be the ones that's showing all of them. So you first set an appointment, then you talk to them about additional listings or any characteristics about listings that they're looking for in case you do see another one and you want to set that one up. And then you go through their motivation, set the appointment, ask them about the property, and then start qualifying them for motivation. And that's ALM. You and I, Abe, we talk about the book sometimes that Gary Vaynerchuk wrote called Jab, 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 Right Hook. Though we don't want to right hook our clients and we don't even want to jab them, really what we want to do is give, ask. That's my version of my interpretation of jab, 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 right hook is give, ask. Give them access to the property. Give them access to yourself. Give them the opportunity to see other listings. Then ask about their motivation and qualifications. What you'll do, if you'll go through this process, you'll set a lot more appointments. You'll cancel very few. And we know that, remember, contacts lead to appointments, appointments, contracts written. So if you get more appointments, you're going to write more contracts. You're going to get more closings. So I wanted to keep it simple because it is simple. And I just challenge everybody for the month of May, every new buyer opportunity you give, ask them if they would like to take a look at the property this afternoon or sometime tomorrow after 11. Ask everybody that question within the first two things or two sentences of your dialogue, and then see what happens after a month to the amount of appointments you set. Any final thoughts on it?
Yeah, and track your numbers. See what it looks like. See how many more appointments you set. See how it gets better. And then I like your give, ask. I'm actually going to change it. Give, get. Because in most cases, when you give 3 times, they're going to give back. So you don't even have to ask. You're going to get.
Yeah. That's a give, get. That's perfect. Yeah, that's how it works. All right, everybody. Well, look, thank you so much for joining us today. Hopefully there was some nuggets. We try to keep these a little bit shorter. We don't want them to be 30 minutes, hours, long, give you as much as we can in a short period of time. But please don't forget that we do have a coaching company called Real Geeks Sales Mastery. And I mean, yeah. So basically what we're doing is it's a Real Geeks Mastery course where we're helping you do a deeper dive on your Real Geeks CRM, the platform, sharing with you what you need to be doing to monetize your technology, generate more sales. We do over 1,000 sales a year within our firm just through the Real Geeks website, the leads that we're generating through Real Geeks. So we do have a great bit of knowledge and staff around this. So please join Real Geeks Mastery course. If you'd like some information, just direct message us and we'll get that to you. All right, Abe, thank you so much.
Enjoyed it, Greg. Thank you all for
All
watching.
right. Bye-bye, everybody.